Sometimes retirement planning changes how you see your career. Lately, I've been rethinking my relationship with my work. Let's talk about it. Ladies, you know we are in retirement flow, right? And I'm at a point now in my life where it's like, okay, I have this job, I work here, but I'm rethinking it. The way I want to retire, the time frame I want to retire, and the lifestyle I want to have, I have to think a little bit more strategically. I'm thinking about all these different things down to even burnout. And I want to talk about that first. I'm at a place now in my work where I was literally burnt out. I was burnt out from the chaotic brains of others. I just got back to work maybe 2 months from being out on FMLA, and it's a real thing of being burnt out in addition to dealing with your health. You have to take care of yourself. I talked about that in our previous conversation. We were kind of catching up. I talked about that. So if you haven't got to that one, go back to that one and listen to that good conversation, because your girl was talking. I was in my mouth. Running. But, sometime at work can burn you out. You just sit back and say, you know what? Do I really want to be burnt out at this time of my life? Do I really want to go through things at a place of employment where I'm literally burnt out? I'm literally burnt out behind some work. I'm draining myself so hard to the point where when it's time for me to retire, I can't even focus on me because I'm so burnt out. You don't want that. Bad enough you can get burnt out just from day to day. You don't want that. So I think about that as well. I think about, I don't want to be burnt out. So a career change is definitely in the works for me. And I question my long-term career path. I mentioned in my previous conversation with you that, I'm thinking about maybe pivoting my career, doing something that's more fulfilling to me. Not that me working in finance is not fulfilling. It fulfilled me for the time that I was doing it. That's what I wanted to do. I got into it and I went knee deep. But now I feel like at this turn of my life, there's something else that I actually want to do. I talked about getting a doctorate. I talked about getting a certification to compound onto my master's degree and making that a whole new career path for me for the next maybe 5 years. In addition to that, I don't know how I can sit here and say I want to retire at 55, but we don't know what life may hold for me. I don't know how that's going to pan out, but I know that I want to make sure that I am on the right path to retire at 55. It might be 56. It might be 54. Who knows? But I want to make sure that I'm in the right path for that. And that might mean change your career to make more money. You know what I mean? So you can save more aggressively. I'm already doing that, but I'm going to have to do a little bit more. So there's always a thought process for me wanting to retire early. So we might have to change some things up. In addition to having a career change, it's like redefining what success means. Success can mean something different for each and every one of us. For me, I don't have to have the high corporate job, climbing the ladder, this, that, and the third, because that comes with stress and responsibility. And Kelly don't want any of that, okay? I like that independent contributor lane. I like that lane. I don't mind being a part of a management team. Right now I'm currently a manager, but I like to I like to float. I like to help the department look good. I want to be a part of a team. I like that type of contribution, if you get what I'm saying. But no, success looks different for me at this point in my life. At this point in my life, I don't have to climb the ladder. I'm at a coasting stage and I know what I want. I know how I want my life to look, and I know what it's going to require for it to look like, right? So success looks differently for each and every one of us. And I know from talking about careers, having that high level job is not for me. Now you can still be an independent contributor and still make good money. You don't have to be the top of the top or up there in the chain to make good money. It's all about how you save, where you put it, and how it grows. You know, we're gonna get into that too, cause baby, we gotta have a conversation about my brokerage account. Your girl over here having a good time. We're gonna get to that a little bit later. That's come down the line. We're gonna talk more about that. But sometimes you can have a job that pays you just decent, and then you just take a chunk of it and you put it somewhere else and let it do its thing. Yeah, we're gonna get into that, girl. We're gonna get into that. So in saying all of that, to me, it's like, what does work look like for me in my 50s? Because I'm starting a whole new chapter, literally. So what does that look like? What does that look like? I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my God, I'm 50, I'm here. And I sit back and look, like, I remember when I turned 40, 44, 48, 49. And it's like the years are running because we have more sense of time now versus before we didn't have that much sense of time. And I'm like, I know I have to work because the way society is built, you have to work to live. Some way, somehow. Work looks different for each and every one of us. But you have to work. You have to do something to build an income. Not necessarily you have a trust fund and you can have something passed down to you. That's different. But I just know now at this time in my life, it's not about the hustle and bustle. And I mean that even down to the traveling to work, down to having that rigid schedule, that 8 to 5, 9 to 5, all the different things. And I just recently realized what 9 to 5, 8 to 5 meant. I thought it meant you work 9 to 5. No, it's 9 hours a day. No, 9 hours for 5 days a week. I did good. I'm just thinking you just work from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock with an hour lunch or something like that. I don't know, but that's what I thought. It was your time slot, but it means you work 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. God, how did we get here? How did we get here? We know how we got here, but nevertheless. But working for me looks different in my 50s. I am on the down tick to where it's all about more so enjoying life. I was talking to my friend and he was saying how long he wants to work and what he wants to do, all different things. And it's good to meet people and have these type of conversations with, and especially of the opposite sex. I know a lot of amazing men. I know a lot of amazing women, but I have some really, really good male friends in my life that they have taught me so much, and just seeing how they can be by my side and to cheer for me and to want the best for me, and we can bounce back off our ideas. Yes, and even my female friends, but the one who talks about career change and education is a male friend of mine. So to wrap this good conversation up and to let you guys know what I'm doing and how I'm thinking about and redefining my career as I'm about to be knee deep in my 50s, career looks different, and it's gonna be refined differently because I'm moving towards retirement. I want to design the life that let's get together, Kelly. I want to design the life that supports my retirement goals, if that makes any sense. I really do. I really just want to have a real good, fulfilled life. It's so and I had to sit back and think. We look at people on the internet and we see how they live their lives. Some of them might be content creators, beauty influencers, fashion, lifestyle, home decor, all the different things. But everybody's life is different. I can think about me. At one point, I was doing natural hair. I was doing beauty. I was doing this. But now I'm talking about the ones who actually have a job like myself. And we're having this good conversation here. Everybody's life looks different. You can still work a job where you can still have nice, easy work days that support your retirement goals, or you can be an entrepreneur where you have maybe a 4-hour work window. You could be a content creator where you may have a 4-hour work window as well, or certain days of the week that you actually work. It could be a host of different things where you can have freedom, but that's where I'm at now. I want that freedom in my life as I am embarking on my retirement. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. I love to hear them. I just thank you. I thank each and every one of you because this is something serious here. A lot of us are in that retirement window, and all of us are going to get there eventually. Even if you're younger, you're going to get there. We all get to this point. We all was there, and now we're here. So, in saying all of that, if you know another woman, a Black woman over 40, who would love conversations like this, go ahead and share it with her. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, hang around so you can catch all our good conversations. And we're going to be starting a new series over here, so you'll see it coming soon. Dude, I'm just so excited.